Hello again.
Hello, everyone.
This is the second video of our upcoming journey. We call it One Mission, Two Journeys, because I'm heading off to Rapa Nui, Easter Island. My big friend is waiting for me in the back here. And Anna is moving to Mount Kailash in Tibet. And we will be on opposite sides exactly on this earth. And through that antipode axis, we will be working together to, we feel, create something extremely powerful. And we want to talk about all the elements that have come to us through these videos, because there is a lot, and we're not even there yet at the moment. So,
So
but
one
it
thing
will
we
be
should
maybe something, it holds
say,
codes maybe for you to
one
feel
thing,
into. And
sorry, Petra, I was just going to say that one thing that we should really say from the outset, that though you and I are moving to these places, the work is actually to bring together a group that will be supporting this work online from
yeah,
wherever you are at the moment on the planet, because this is a work that is not just a work for you and I to do. It's actually a work for a whole collective to do. Those who feel called to participate and contribute to a very specific planetary work, consciousness work. So I wanted to
yeah,
say that before you
yeah.
continue.
Yeah, it's an invitation, because we know with this work that uh, in transmitting the information that we've received, the consciousness we've received so far, which is expanding at the moment in a rapid speed. You may feel the codes in there that are calling you to support this work. So we're extremely grateful if that is the case, because we always feel you when we're out in the fields. And sometimes the processes are intense. That can be physical, can be on spiritual levels that we work, or whatever level. And it's very helpful to have a strong group from their home base supporting the work, sharing information, sharing your unique view on what is happening. It's very,
Yeah.
very helpful, and it makes it so rich for all of us.
So
And it's a service.
I'd
Yeah.
like to go maybe to maybe one of the seeding points for this work, the one that's most conscious for us anyway. And I'd like to talk a little bit. I would like to talk a little bit about the story of the Rudraksha seeds. You and I were in Hawaii 4 months ago, 5 months ago, in March. In March, this is when we were there. And we went to visit the Hindu temple in Kauai, which is an absolutely magnificent masterpiece of and living example of the new earth consciousness. There is a Shiva temple at the center of this incredible sanctuary. And, I'm very, very connected to Shiva. I have been for many, many decades. And so when we were there, we saw these incredible Rudraksha trees that had been brought over from the Himalayas originally, because that's where they originate. And many of you know that the Rudraksha seeds are traditionally used for japa practice, for mantras. And the reason why is because they are not so hard, like crystals are harder or other kinds of gemstones. But these seeds are actually more permeable. So when we put our intentions in these seeds, they absorb the prayer or the intention in a much easier way. And this is one of the reasons that they have been used for these practices for millennia. So we had this impulse, okay, these beautiful seeds, we have a gathering coming up in in France in July. We should gather some of these seeds, which were just everywhere on the floor of the forest, and bring them to our gathering so that we can put prayers in. So each of the participants could put prayers into these seeds. So we gathered them. washed them, brought them home, and then counted them, and there were 99 exactly in total seeds. So we brought these seeds to the gathering that we just had a couple weeks ago in 𝘠𝘰𝘪, which was an extraordinary gathering of bringing together two different spiritual lineages to collaborate on a planetary work. Really wonderful, incredible week. And in that week, we used these Rudraksha seeds to, in a way, seed the new consciousness. So people, all the participants were putting their intentions for the new earth into these seeds. They were also clearing out old stories that were no longer of value for the soul journey. And through this very high process that took place, all of a sudden Shiva came in, and the information was, collect all those seeds now and bring them to me in Kailash. Bring them to me because I want these seeds to understand the consciousness of all these places of their time in Hawaii and their time in Europe, and bring them to me with all the prayers, with all the ends of the stories, and all of the new stories that are imprinted into the seeds. So that will be part of the process of going to Kailash to bring these offerings to Shiva, who is the Lord of the element of ether, as many of you know, the Lord of silence and stillness. And Kailash, Mount Kailash, is his abode, it's his home. So part of this journey is not only bringing these particular Rudraksha seeds as offerings, but actually inviting anyone that wants to bring in a prayer, something that really is ready to end, into this pilgrimage, into this voyage, to enter into this incredible transformational field, and to be able to bring an end to something and open to a completely new chapter in their lives. So that's part of the promise of this part of the journey.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. We have explained in the first video how this journey will be will have two phases. So we start the journey on Rapa Nui, and that is about the unlocking of the portal on Rapa Nui Easter Island of the Mu consciousness. And that in itself will open a process of rebirthing Gaia's primordial genetic codes for all of life. So there is this relationship about that work that we will be starting as of the new moon, the 12th of August. And then there will be the focus on the sanctuary of Mu, which is also called the motherland. And we had a big calling half a year ago, and a very clear calling from Mother Earth to bring her children back home. So it's a beautiful process where we are in to co-create with Gaia in ways that we have not done before. And visiting Rapa Nui, understanding the depth of this sanctuary of Mu consciousness and what it stands for and why it's there and why it's such a powerful ceremonial center, through these megalithic stone guardians, the moai. That is going to be really powerful. I mean, Rapa Nui is called the navel of the world, this island. And at the moment, we see only a small part rising out of the ocean, but it has been way bigger. There's many stories about the Pacific, about the land that was there once, and how through a cataclysm, through water, storms, comets, whatever it has been, there has been a big shift, and most of the land has moved under the waters. But Rapa Nui is still standing up there, very visible, as is Hawaii, as is, for example, New Zealand, And these three places are connected in a beautiful triangle in the heart of the Pacific. And there's many Polynesian islands in between there. You may be aware of that. And it all holds the promise of the consciousness of that once originates on Earth, even before the Mu consciousness became really active. It's really at the beginning of life that we are going to be working to connect, to see, but also to unlock portals that have been locked for very good reasons, that are ready to be opened again, because we need a specific consciousness as humanity. And because of that, there are Earth Guardians at the moment incarnated who hold a key to open these portals again. This is one of the activities that we will be doing in this journey. Those of you who are connected to, let's say, resurrecting, activating, unlocking this consciousness, are very welcome to join, because it will be a very beautiful work in this sanctuary. It holds a very strong access, not only to the heavens, but also to the inner earth. The Earth Guardians that we see here, there's so much to say about it, but we'll do that as we move, as we meet them in person. We know that they have held a protective role. They were seen as the wise men of the Mu consciousness, holding the consciousness until the time was there. There is a whole understanding there that goes beyond what is told through the tourist information, that these beings have, let's say, storage of information that's ancient. And it's up to us to see if we can resonate with that.
As you're speaking, you know, this stone guardian is very alive. There's so much consciousness there that is waiting to actually be communicated. And this is what is amazing and beautiful about these voyages.
It is. And I must say, the last few, now it's a little bit longer, but it becomes stronger as we're getting closer to leaving, to physically move there, is that I do see that the statues start to breathe. Yeah. So the stone is moving into a movement, is moving into an exchange that for me and my human body is reflected through a living statue that starts to exchange its consciousness. We have witnessed through our inner preparation that this island is located near a master Sophia Crest light portal that arises from beneath the Pacific Ocean. It's a very ancient master portal of consciousness. And that's off the coast, of the current coast of Rapa Nui. And we know that that is also the exact location of the antipode of Mount Kailash. There's more to say about Rapa Nui connected to the ancient grandmothers, the crystal skulls, but we'll do that in another video. So if you're interested in joining this journey, exploring all this incredible consciousness coming to the surface, you're welcome to join us, and we will add the link with this video so you can read all about it, and maybe you feel called to join us. We would love that, because we feel the power of all of us together in this epic moment in time. And it's not only epic because these are two extreme, beautiful, sacred places we will be, but it's epic from a cosmic level, and the entire astrology, the eclipses, everything is confirming that the moment is here and now for us to make this happen. So we are super grateful for that. And we want to thank you for listening to this, and maybe we'll see you in the inner realms in this work. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Namaste.
Namaste.